Hello, beautiful people.
Hello.
Can you do me a favor and smile for me? Thank you. Have you ever seen a $1 million smile?
No.
Well, you're looking at one right now. The reason I say that, because when I was a student in elementary school, not elementary, when I was a student in middle school, my classmates were very creative in name calling. So one of the names they would call me was Mona Lisa. So as a child, I didn't know the work of Mona Lisa until I grew up and researched how much Mona Lisa's painting was worth. It was worth millions. The sad part about this is, none of my teacher or any adults around me ever told me what my smile was worth. Why did I have to grow up and know my smile was worth? Because I never had mentors around me, guiding me and helping me. Study done by Brigham Young University states that 6 million children grow up without a mentor. That's 1 out of 3 children, according to Mentor, the National Mentoring Initiative. So that means there's a lot of children who don't have mentors. Now I want to ask you to raise your hand if you wish you had a mentor when you were a child.
Thank you.
So that means I'm not alone. So many children suffer because they don't have the guidance and help from someone who cares about them. Before I start going deeper into my talk, I want to explain what my name means. My name has 2 parts, Gwal and Maki. Gwal means flower, and Maki means butterfly. When you put it together, it means a butterfly that goes around beautiful flowers. And to me, those beautiful flowers are children. So I'll be going through the stage of a butterfly cycle, life cycle. So the egg stage, the adult stage, they're in a cocoon and then they become adult. So for my first stage was the egg stage, which was in Afghanistan, the city of Kandahar. That's where I was born. I can't say much about this because I think you understand what happens on the egg stage. So the second stage is the larva or the caterpillar stage. This is when I was born. I was born in Afghanistan right just before a war was about to break. So the Soviet Union, which is known as Russia today, came and invaded Afghanistan and my country went into war. So we had to flee, me and my family had to flee Afghanistan to our neighboring country, Pakistan, where I became a refugee. Shortly after that, we had built a house with this money my father had brought with him. That house was knocked down and we became homeless. So this is the age between 1 to 4. During this time, we got accepted to the United States of America and came, which brought a culture shock to us because it was a very different culture. As I was growing, I started to go to school. Between age 5 to 11, I was challenged academically. Maybe it could have been from the terror as a child, what I experienced, or it could be the culture change. I became a preteen between age 12 to 15. I was going through the physical changes, which I had no idea what was going on. Soon after 12, 13, that's when my father passed away. This is the same, during this age, this is a time where I felt different because my classmates started making fun of me because of my faith, because I was different than them. I was walking in a cloud of fog. I was confused, I was lost, I was an introvert. I didn't know how to seek help, and no one offered help to me. And I know there's many children, even today, I have been working with children for the past 15 years that they are lost and confused. And they just need a simple guidance and simple words to help them guide on the right path. So then comes my third stage, which I am in the cocoon. This is between age 15 and 27. So during this own teacher. I get my high school diploma. I start loving learning. When I was in school, I wasn't learning very well because the teachers didn't understand my learning style. They didn't know, how I learned and what was very good for me to learn or how to learn it. So I learned who I was, and that's when I became a lover of knowledge. I started studying psychology, history, world religion, societies and cultures, which helps me a lot because it helps me better understand other people. During this time, I got married and I became a mother. So this is still the cocoon stage. Then the fourth stage was the adult stage. And this is, yes, I know 27 is not really adult, but this is, everyone grows differently in different times. So this is the time I came out to the world. So for the past 15 years, I have been giving my gifts to young children because I've been in their shoes and I know what they felt. Sadly, not everyone comes out of the cocoon with full wings. Sometimes they don't even come with any wings. They're broken. And these are the people who grow up to harm themselves or someone in society. One of the greatest mentor I always look at the story of is Anna Sullivan. She has taught a young girl, Helen Keller, not just how to read and speak because she was blind and deaf, but she gave her hope. She gave her purpose to live. She gave her meaning for life. One of her famous quotes, "Children require guidance and sympathy far more than instruction." There has been a study done by the Big Brother and Sister Club. Who knows the Big Brother Sister Club? This is a mentor club where it helps younger children. So the Big Brother Sister Club has done a research, and they found out that children who are mentored are 50% more likely to succeed in life. Another organization, the National Mentoring Partnership, has done their research. They found that 55% are more likely to enroll in college, 78% are more likely to volunteer regularly, and 90% are interested in becoming a mentor themselves. 130% are more likely to hold leadership positions. So these are all children who get mentored in their youth. We have all heard the famous proverb, African proverb that says it takes a village to raise a child. But what we haven't heard a lot is the African proverb that the child who is not embraced by the village will burn it down to fill its warmth. So what is my solution? My solution is the mentor guide. Always think child first. When you ask, speak, and what ideas you promote. Everyone has some type of influence over a child, whether you're dealing with them directly or indirectly. What ideas you promote, what brand you bring into society has an impact on a child. Give from your skills, time, and finance to help a child so they can develop mentally and emotionally. Because the number one problems in the United States of America for children are that they're not developed mentally or emotionally. So when we create that village around our children, when we all unite together and be mentors and guide to our children, when we build a child, we build families. And when we build families, we build a community. And when we build communities, we build a world